Classmates, friends, enemies, parents, faculty, and uncomfortable Tinder dates in way over your heads, welcome to class day. I want to thank Joe Biden for being here today and taking this time out of his busy schedule starring in internet memes. I'm thrilled to be here today, and I hope that this speech will be the most touching, hilarious 3 hours of your week. But if at any point you don't like one of my jokes, please do feel free to write me a long, strongly worded letter of complaint. These can be sent to me via email at david.malin@harvard.edu. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering, who even is this tall, gawky nerd on the stage right now? Well, that is Dean Thomas Dingman, and I would thank you to be a little more polite to him. What has that man ever done to you? Class of 2017, we are about to graduate from Harvard. We are all about to embark into a new and exciting phase of our lives. But to be honest, when I reviewed my admissions file recently, when I reread my application essay, thought back on my high school self, and saw the words "pity admit" stamped on my file in bold red letters, I couldn't help but wonder, are we really ready? Has Harvard taught us enough? Isn't it kind of messed up that they have a stamp for that? Well, I don't have the answers to those questions. And frankly, the senior class committee isn't paying me $5,000 to stand up here theorizing about it. No, the reason I'm standing up here today is to tell you one very important thing. You see, over the past 4 years, I have kept track of every single song the Lowell Bell Ringers have played. And hidden within the song titles, I have uncovered a secret coded message. If you take the 6th letter of every 4th song played on even-numbered Sundays and read them backwards, you get this message. Please help. My adoptive father, Judge Claude Frollo, has imprisoned me in this bell tower and forbidden me from venturing out into the city of Paris. Now, I don't know what this message could mean, but I know one thing. I wasted a lot of time figuring it out. I mean, that was time I could have spent doing readings for class, or hanging out with my friends, or studying at Widener. In fact, the more I thought about it, the more I began to fear that I may have wasted a lot of my time here at Harvard. I felt an overwhelming sense of sadness, like a CS concentrator reading the honor code, or a VES concentrator being asked about their plans after graduation, or an applied math concentrator topical. I asked myself, where have the last 4 years gone? So I decided to figure it out, using something dark from my past that I'd hoped to leave behind forever: math. Now, according to my calculations, over the past 4 years, I spent a total of 12,500 hours sleeping. Okay, for the math savants shaking your heads in the audience, I didn't make a mistake. 14 hours a day is correct. I spent 2,000 hours on the internet, 500 hours sitting in lecture. So scratch that, 2,500 hours on the internet, 400 hours at the Mac before I was unfortunately banned for being too fit, 7 hours walking to and from the quad. That's right, I went there twice. Okay, easy joke, I know. Again, david.malin@harvard.edu. After I'd finished doing the math, I took a deep breath. Now I knew, down to the hour, where the last 4 years had gone. And honestly, I found that I wouldn't have wanted to change any of it. Except maybe those 4 hours I spent trying to get Martin Shkreli to text me back. That turned out to be a total bust. But I realized that I didn't waste my time here at all. It only feels like that now because it's over and I'm gonna miss it. I chose to dedicate my time to uncovering a vast conspiracy hidden in the chimes of those infernal bells. Maybe you spent yours working in a lab, or performing in one of Harvard's many wonderful theater groups, or in the Hasty Pudding. Don't worry, I'm not offending them. They couldn't care less what I have to say. Regardless, it's the choices you've made about how to use your time here at Harvard that's given the last 4 years meaning and made you who you are today. Jobless narcissists, mostly. Class of 2017, if I could give you one piece of advice, and I can, because at this point, the only way I can be stopped is if Rakesh Khurana gets up and tackles me to the ground, it would be this. Don't torture yourself for not making the most of your time at Harvard. It's impossible. It's a myth, an enticing lie, like individualized advising or Visitas. No one can go to every talk, see every show, read every scouting report. There are just far, far too many. So if the last 4 years feel like they've gone by faster than you could have imagined, well, that's a good thing. After all, you know what they say? Time flies when you're having transformative experiences. Thank you. Congrats, class of 2017.